Hi guys, today I'm going to take a look at the Slickwraps ebony skin for the Sony Xperia Z3. To start off, what's in the package? You get a stop sign that once you flip it will show you where to get an installation tutorial if you decide to need one. Besides that, there's also a small microfiber cloth you will need to make sure of the device being absolutely oil and dust free before applying the skin. So now let's get to the actual skin. The first positive thing to mention here is, it's nice to see that Slickwraps did go all the way and made the skin cover the entire device and not like so many other competitors just doing the half-assed way, only covering the front and back. I'm sure there are a lot of people that prefer the entire device to be covered, so you are covered here. You get one piece for the back, one for the front, one for each side and one for the top and bottom, including two small pieces to cover the flaps as well. So, how easy was the actual installation? Honestly, with a little bit of patience and steady hands, quite easy, and it can be done within a few minutes. Before you start, make sure you have a heat gun or hairdryer ready to use when you need it, and yes, you will need it. Besides that, it's as easy as it could be. Align each piece properly and apply it. It's that simple. On pretty much every piece you have something to orientate your position. On the back it's the camera and flash, on the sides the ports and buttons, and on the front it's the camera and sensors. The proper alignment before applying is 90% of the job, with 10% left to make some minor corrections. As you can see, I wasn't patient enough and didn't get the job done perfect, but more than okay after all. Once the back and front are done, the front will be a little bit more tricky, but you'll get there. You have to tackle the sides. Align them properly, press them slightly down, and then make use of the blow dryer. Make sure the parts get slightly soft and then press firmly down to make them stick properly to the phone. That's it for the installation. So what about the skin itself? First of all, in my opinion it looks very stylish and it matches perfectly with my copper version of the phone. The skin has a slightly wooden texture and feels nice. It definitely provides more grip to the otherwise slippery sides. It doesn't really make a big difference on the back though. Especially with dry hands, it can get even a bit more slippery than usual with normal moisty hands. It should be just fine though. The material is slightly hard, feels at least a little bit like wood, but it won't fool anyone, being the real deal after all. Compared to the X-Gear skins I used on the Nexus 5, the Slickwraps are slightly thicker and harder. The X-Gear ones had a sort of very subtle, soft rubberized feel to it. I would have wished to see this here as well. So I give the win in terms of material to the X-Gear skins, but since they don't provide a Z3 skin, it's out of the question anyways. The material seems very robust though and should hold up well with time. I really never had any durability issues with any of those skins yet. So how does it actually feel? It feels quite good overall. In certain cases provides slightly more or less grip, but does a fine job enhancing the overall aesthetics of the phone. What it doesn't really enhance though is the overall feel in hand. The Z3 out of the box feels amazing in hand with its smart and nicely done curves, and I have to admit the skin slightly takes something away of that. Don't get me wrong, it's not by a whole lot, and if you're used to skins and cases in general, you won't mind it at all and will be more than satisfied with this skin. But personally, being someone who prefers his phones to be naked, I'm not sure if the better looks justify the decrease of awesome feel in hand. Yes, it's not a lot, but for certain people it can be enough. But as for what it is, the skin does pretty much all it does have to right, and I can't really complain. All I can do is nag a little bit. The sides, as on any other skin of any brand, feel a little bit sharp and rough. Some people don't mind that, picky people like I do though, and this brings me to a few things that I think could be improved. The first thing I'd like to see is a slightly thinner material, like for example X-Gear uses. It's just slightly thinner, but it makes quite a difference. And as mentioned before, I'd like to see a bit of a rubberized feel to it for an even more consistent grip. The one bigger wish I have though is getting a two-piece solution for it, where one piece covers the back and the sides and the second an optional one for the front. With the design of the Z3 it could have been quite easily been achieved. If you want to know what I mean, check my Nexus 5 X-Gear skin review down below in the description. That would have brought the skin close to perfection in my opinion. This brings me to an end. So if you like these skins, there's certainly nothing wrong with the Slickwraps and I can easily recommend buying them. Just be aware of the slightly lesser feel in hand due to the rough edges. If you don't like this rough feel in hand at certain points, you are maybe better off with some sort of TPU skin or simply no case or skin at all. The skin itself does nothing wrong, but quite some things right. The precision of the cutouts and the quality of the materials are undeniably there, and that's the most important thing. So if you like the looks of it, go for it. Be sure to rate, comment and subscribe. Until next time, I'll be back.